In 2015, after that deal was signed, when Trump pulled out, and I believe, what was it, 2018, I think, when they did that, was that at the behest of Israel as well? Or were there other forces that had asked, or was that merely a knee-jerk reaction to anything that Obama did, I will undo, and therefore I'm going to pull out? Do you know what the lead up to pulling out of that deal entailed?
I would say it was a convergence of those factors, that Trump wanted to dismantle anything Obama did, but that Israel and kind of hawkish types in the U.S. Wanted us out of the deal from the day we were in it. I think what's important to note, John, about that is that Trump wanted to find that Iran was not complying with the deal. And if you recall, he kept asking for that report, and his own administration, including, guys like Jim Mattis, his Secretary of Defense, kept saying, well, no, actually, Iran is complying with this deal. You shouldn't pull out. And then ultimately he kind of overruled his more, conventional, but still hawkish advisors to pull out. But I think it was, Trump's instinct was, I'm just want to get out of whatever deal Obama was in. Because the deal that he was negotiating with Witkoff sounded very similar to the JCPOA, the Iran deal.
Of course.
And he wasted a decade on this, and frankly led us to a place where we might end up in a war because of that antipathy for Obama.
Christiane, is that your understanding of how things went down?
Yes. You could say, if you wanted to be really generous, that Witkoff had come up with another plan, and it was about this sort of consortium whereby they would try to let Iran say that it could still enrich, but maybe not right on Iranian soil, but maybe in an island. Anyways, it was to try to thread all the needles, to go into another deal that was not exactly Obama's deal, but it was similar. But it had this thing which said Iran cannot enrich. So how were they going to resolve that? Because Iran believes that to be their fundamental international right. And so that was what was being worked out.
Right. Especially given that Israel has nuclear weapons, and America has, and everyone else has nuclear weapons, and North Korea has
Well, that's the thing, John. You just hit on something really, really vital.
Yeah.
Because one of the unintended consequences, and there are always unintended consequences in a war that is not planned out, in a war that has no exit strategy, in a war that has actually no big strategy other than let's set back, or maybe let's have regime change. Some say that if this regime survives, that it will be a self-fulfilling prophecy, that they may, like North Korea, decide to go in secret, to get out of the IAEA, the NPT, the inspections, and actually to become a nuclear power, because they've been shown by Israel that their conventional weapons are useless.
Not enough of a deterrent.